and we are still on the topic of growing your mind mentally. And today, without wasting of your time, please do share and comment, and also please leave a comment. Thank you so much. And then, yes, today we're going to be talking about some important topic here that says, thinking. Okay, for you to grow your mind, you need thinking. Because of time, I'm going to be rushing because I've got quite a lot of things to talk about today. So, growing your mind, you actually need good thinking. Okay, then you need observation. You need observation, and three, you need process and then processing. You need process and processing, and then you need the listening ears. You need to have a listening ears, and then you need to respect other people's space. You need to respect other people's space, and then also do not compare yourself with other people, but rather grow in your own capacity and make a change right where you are. Now, thinking, the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart, so it is. As a man thinketh in his heart, so it is. So, what are the things that you think in your mind is actually the thing that actually develop your mind. It could either develop your mind positively or develop your mind negatively. So don't forget, there is always a negative part to almost everything. Okay, so now you need a good thinking mind. One does just not become a thief. They have been thinking about it. One does not just become a prostitute. They have been processing this thing in their mind, thinking about it. Okay, then they begin to observe it. And now, but let me just finish about the thinking. As a man thinketh in his heart, so it is. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. So it is what you think that goes into your heart, and what your heart or what your mouth says is what your heart has conceived. Now remember, what your mind thinks, and it is transferred to your heart, and what your mouth speaks, it is what your heart is conceived, what your heart has been conceiving. Now then you always have to know or think positively. The things that is going to make you a brand among society is what always you should be thinking about. What is going to make you stand out among society is what you're going to be thinking about from today, so that you can develop your mind. Think about giving solution. Think about bringing people laughter. Think about something that excites people when you are among them. Okay, so now do not always think about things that would make people think you are this, you are that. Okay, always think about something positive to bring change among society, so that way you begin to develop your mind mentally, growing. Then observation. Always learn to observe. Do not jump into a conversation that you do not know how it starts. Okay, learn to observe. Learn to observe. Observation is the mother of direction. Observation is the mother of direction. So when you learn to observe, you learn or you are directed nicely. A man that jumps into the road and starts driving without observing will get lost. Okay, he or she will get lost. Now, number 3, always learn to process. Always learn to process things. Do not just open your mouth and speak. Learn to process it. This thing I'm going to say, is it going to all go well with my partner? Is it going to all go well with my friends? Is it going to all go well with my business partner? You don't say, no, I was created that way, therefore I do not care. And some people, they call themselves a straight talker. I'm a straight talker. No, you could be a straight foolish person than being a straight talker. I'm telling you the truth. Because when you don't learn how to process things before you say them, you get yourself into trouble, and then you say it was a slip of tongue. No, it was not a slip of tongue. Rather, it is lack of processing. You did not learn to process things before you actually say them. So learn to process things so that you don't fall a victim to other people's scandalous life. Because when you don't process things, I'm telling the truth, you will be the one that will be at fault. Because I hear, most of the time people say, he's just jumping into a conversation without knowing what we're saying, and then you commit errors. Okay, so do not always jump into conversation. Learn to process it. Learn to process the words before you say them. Learn to process, the environment before you jump into it. Learn to process, the organization before you ever get yourself involved. Process. Everything on earth needs processing. You need to process it. Some people might call you a dull person, but no, you are not a dull person. Let me tell you something. Do you know that most of the most wisest people are the slowest people? Yes, the most wisest people are the wisest people, because they learn to process things. And when you process things, you don't get hurt. It's like a goat and a cow, and a sheep. Learn this from me today, because I actually observe it, and I also grow livestock, when I was a kid. Now, they eat in the morning. They just consume. They consume and consume. But when do they start to process the food? Is at night. That is why always you find, when you go to where the cows are sleeping, you find them chewing. You find the goat, they are still chewing. Why? Because they actually bring back the food, okay, and they re-chew it again. They process it again. They chew it nicely. Then before they give it back to the body. So that way their body begins, or that way the food, gives nourishment to their body in the way that it's supposed to be. Okay, learn how to process this, and then learn how to listen. Most of you don't listen. You don't listen. You are just hearers alone. The Bible says, "Be ye, doers of the word." The word doing is just as simple, as easy as listening. Do not be the hearers alone, but rather, be the doers. So when you hear, you listen. Many people are just hearing, but they are not listening. I'm telling you, it does something to me. When I'm not interested in something, yes, I can't lie to you right now. When I'm not interested in hearing something, you are just saying it. I'm not listening. I'm just hearing you. Actually, I'm just hearing you. So, and that also happens also when someone is outside minded. It happens in class, it happens in a business place, in a business meeting, and then you find somebody say, but I didn't understand what you're saying. That was because you were not listening. So for you to grow your mind, you need to listen. And then number 5, you need to respect other people's space. Most of you do not know how to respect other people's space. You just bundle yourself, double yourself, trace yourself into people's spaces anyhow, anywhere, and you say, I'm just that kind of a fake person. No. You have to have some decorums. Okay, respect other people's space. You don't just see things and then you jump to it and take it and eat it, and no. It's not for you, as long as that person is not your partner. Remember that people have their own, a lifestyle different. So for you to be able to develop your mind, you need to, respect other people's space. And then number 6, do not compare yourself with other people. Grow in your own space. Please. I would love you, please, to go also look for this book by one of my friend, David Makovali. Only If I Knew. Okay, the book says, Only If I Knew. Only if I knew. All right, it talks about a lot here. He says, be at tone with your life and be peaceful and keep hope. Be at tone with your life and be peaceful and keep hope. Only you can do that for yourself. Please, for you to be able to quantize yourself with the society that we're living in today, you need to adhere to all these things that we're talking about, so that you don't have problem with the society. Grow your mind. Please love and share and keep well. God bless you. Shalom. Peace.